conflict resolution experts and everyday people who have transformed their lives through understanding and communication. Mind Matters, WESN Content Capital.
There are limitations in all healthcare sectors,
Correct.
not just this country,
Yes.
where the numbers will surpass the amount of doctors and
Yes.
nurses to provide that quality care. When we're talking about holding a patient's hand, giving them the support, the emotional support that they need, advice, that gap.
Yes.
You are providing that pivotal gap, so that really makes you stand out from all other NGOs as far as my experience goes.
Yes, I actually go into the homes also of the patient.
This is 10 Questions. I'm Andy Johnson. The distance from where we should be in the world in going forward on our commitments with climate change.
The effects of climate change that cannot be accounted for. It's called loss and damage, and we're seeing loss and damage happening so much more in this decade and the previous decade.
The principal term there was this question of the correspondent banking issues.
That is why we're trying to build capacity with this country here, Trinidad and Tobago, and other countries in the region. Man
is not showing any signs of stopping or even slowing down. More than half of the forest in Trinidad is already gone.
All the plants and all the animals and all of the nice clean water and fresh air and everything had to be on this planet for humanity to have a chance.
We have small change when it comes to countries that can take decisions, and when they speak, the world listens.
The General Assembly is a very democratic forum. And Trinidad and Tobago has the same vote as Canada, in spite of the obvious difference in size.
Pastor J, I want to get a tattoo.
You really want
to me. Respond to me how you would respond to me.
The first question I'll ask is why?
Controversial taboo topics.
We get so consumed by church, we forget that we have to live the life of being a Christian outside of the Sunday.
Like you say,
services.
we think going to a service makes us a Christian.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So here we are about to hear the second time Pastor J wanted to take a tattoo.
Would have been late last year and early this year.
Oh gosh.
Hope Unfiltered podcast with Pastor J and Ren.
Remember waking up early just to catch your favorite cartoons? WESN brings back those magical mornings with Retro Saturdays.
Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born!
Where the young at heart relive the fun. Join us every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, only on WESN, the content capital.
This is Face of Sports, WESN content capital. How you felt about the kiss on the lip?
That's the business. I'm not to do with that.
I find that was distasteful.
The national senior team, whether you like it or not, that is the model for all other teams to follow.
I'm assuming that the regional requirement may be a much stricter requirement.
This is not about Pro League and Super League. This is a league run by the Normalization Committee that I'm responsible for.
Nobody expected FIFA to fund this arrangement.
If we don't get a professional attitude towards this, we are doomed for failure.
You break a balance, trip the leg, control the body.
They ain't gonna stand put forever.
Why you want the Chiefs to lose so? Why you want the Chiefs to lose so?
They already have two. Lamar don't
Why?
have.
You're jealous because you know the Chiefs getting closer to the Patriots. Let's go to the last part.
No,
let's go to the last part.
Money is something we all deal with, but how many of us truly understand it? What if you could make better decisions with your money? Decisions that secure your future, protect your family, and bring you peace of mind. I'm Darren Jacobs, and I'm here to help you make sense of your dollars. Welcome to Dollars and Cents, the show that breaks down the financial world in ways that matter to you. No jargon, no confusion, just real conversations about money, your money. So join me every Wednesday at 10 a.m. on WESN for Dollars and Cents.
I'm Sean Michael Small, and we are WESN, the content capital.
The home of Caribbean content is growing, and we welcome you to be a part of the #1 platform for young personalities who are driven to make a positive impact in society. As we continue to reach every corner of Trinidad and Tobago through our daily broadcasts, our social media pages, or through our 75+ digital billboards across the nation, contact us to learn about our competitive rates via marketing at wesncc.com or call us at 628-5835. WESN Content Capital, television with a difference.
Are you driven, ambitious, and ready to earn? WESN, the content capital, is expanding, and we're looking for dynamic media sales executives to join our team. Sell powerful advertising solutions across television, digital, and social media platforms, and help brands tell their story. If you have strong communication skills, a passion for sales, and the drive to succeed, join WESN today. Send your CV to marketing at wesncc.com or WhatsApp 6861662 and start building your future.
Knowing how to tell authentic is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Find it, match it, search it. Step 1. Find the style number on the tag. Step 2. Match the style number inside the jersey with the number on the tag. Step 3. Search it. A quick Google search of the style number will verify the jersey is authentic when the search results match the jersey being searched. Don't be fooled by counterfeit jerseys. Before you buy, remember to find it, match it, search it.
Fan Zone, 2 locations nationwide, Center City Mall, Chaguanas, and Movietown, Port of Spain. Nationwide delivery available.
Take some time for yourself or spend some time with the family at Sandy Point Village Hotel. Enjoy our various studio and suite apartments, self-contained with their own kitchenettes and Wi-Fi. We also have our famous 100-foot swimming pool and our beachfront restaurant, The Steak and Lobster Grill. And our location in Crown Point puts us near the center of activity from the nylon pool to the local nightlife. Call us and make your reservations at 639-8533, 389-2378 or email us at sandypointvillagehotel@gmail.com.
Are you driven, ambitious, and ready to earn? WESN, the content capital, is expanding, and we're looking for dynamic media sales executives to join our team. Sell powerful advertising solutions across television, digital, and social media platforms, and help brands tell their story. If you have strong communication skills, a passion for sales, and the drive to succeed, join WESN today. Send your CV to marketing@wsncc.com or WhatsApp 6861662 and start building your future.
Hi, I am Emiliana Beechan, and I am a mental health and conflict resolution consultant. Welcome to Mind Matters, the show where we explore the intricate world of mental health and the art of conflict resolution. Join us as we hear from mental health professionals, conflict resolution experts, and everyday people who have transformed their lives through understanding and communication. Mind Matters, WESN Content Capital.
There are limitations in all the healthcare sectors,
Correct.
not just this country,
Yes.
where the numbers will surpass the amount of doctors and nurses to provide that quality care. When we're talking about holding a patient's hand, giving them the support, emotional support that they need, advice, that gap.
Yes.
You are providing that pivotal gap, so that really makes you stand out from all other NGOs as far as my experience goes.
Yes, I actually go into the homes also of the patient.
This is 10 Questions. I'm Andy Johnson. The distance from where we should be in the world in going forward on our commitments with climate change.
The effects of climate change that cannot be accounted for. It's called loss and damage, and we're seeing loss and damage happening so much more in this decade and the previous decade.
The principal term there was this question of the correspondent banking issues.
That is why we're trying to build capacity with this country here, Trinidad and Tobago, and other countries in the region.
Man is not showing any signs of stopping or even slowing down. More than half of the forest in Trinidad is already gone.
All the plants and all the animals and all of the nice clean water and fresh air and everything had to be on this planet for humanity to have a chance.
We have small change when it comes to countries that can take decisions, and when they speak, the world listens.
The General Assembly is a very democratic forum. And Trinidad and Tobago has the same vote as Canada, in spite of the obvious difference in size.
Pastor J, I want to get a tattoo.
You really
Respond
wanna-
to me. Respond to me how you would respond to me.
The first question I'll ask is why?
Controversial taboo topics.
We get so consumed by church, we forget that we have to live the life of being a Christian
outside of the Sunday.
Like you say,
services.
we think going to a service makes us a Christian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So here we have also here the second time Pastor J wanted to take a tattoo.
Would have been late last year and early this year.
Oh gosh.
Hope Unfiltered podcast with Pastor J and Ren.
This is Face of Sports, WESN Content Capital. How you felt about the kiss on the lip?
That's the business. I'm not to do with that.
I find that was distasteful.
The national senior team, whether you like it or not, that is the model for all other teams to follow.
I'm assuming that the regional requirement may be a much stricter requirement.
This is not about Pro League and Super League. This is a league run by the Normalization Committee that I'm responsible for.
Nobody expected FIFA to fund this arrangement.
If we don't get a professional attitude towards this, we are doomed for failure.
You break a balance, trip the leg, control the body.
They ain't gonna stand put
Why you
forever.
want the Chiefs to lose so? Why you want the Chiefs to lose so?
They already have two. Lamar don't
Why?
have.
You're jealous because you know the Chiefs getting closer to the Patriots. Let's go to the last part.
No,
Let's
near
go
closer.
to the last part.
WESN.
Good morning and welcome to AM Prime on WESN. I am Takia Thompson and today is Throwback Thursday. So we're going to start off this morning with a bit of a thriving today. Culture, bold expression, and undeniable creativity. And fashion is one of the most powerful ways that identity comes to life. This morning, we're taking a peek into Jamaica's fashion scene. And joining us is Jamaican fashion designer Akelia Kane, founder of Trendsy by Akelia, whose work continues to highlight the beauty and energy of the Caribbean fashion. Good morning, Akelia.
Good morning.
Lovely having you here with us. So we're going to go right into it. How would you describe Jamaica's fashion identity to someone who's never experienced it before?
Jamaican's fashion identity is very vibrant. As you know, our music scene is dancehall and reggae, and those two music genres are very powerful.
Yeah.
And to match that with our fashion as well, it's very vibrant. Very, very vibrant.
Yeah.
Just as the music, as our music sounds, that's just how we dress here in Jamaica. We're very what will you say? Loud, or we love colors. That's just us. Yes.
So take us back to the beginning. What inspired you to become a fashion designer, and how did you start on this journey?
Okay, well, my family background, my mom is a seamstress, and I have other family members that sews, but they're kind of what they major in is like school uniforms, uniforms for corporate. That's the stuff that they would do. But for me, I am modern girl. I don't like uniformity, so I prefer to stand out where the creativity is. If a customer comes and they say they want this, um, we go through the fabrics, we change a little thing here and there, and that's what I like to do. Using unconventional accessories as well with my piece in my pieces.
Wow. So I feel like you started to touch on it a bit, but you're the founder of Trendy by Amplia. What was your
Yes.
vision when you first created the brand?
Okay. Well, as the name speaks for itself, trendy. So I don't really say I would go for like trends. But I will create something new. I will if something is something might be trending now, and then further down the line it's not in style again.
Yeah.
I try to steer away from that. So when you look at my pieces, they can be repeated for years to come, because I like minimalist stuff, simple. That's the kind of vibe that I go for. But my fabric speaks, and the accessories that I will use in my design um, are trendy. Yes.
So you started mentioning about the fabrics and the accessories. So what makes Trendy by Amplia unique, and what is the signature style that we can definitely see from your collections?
My signature style, most of my customers would know me for, is using mesh to create various designs. So I like to see something that is risque, but not everybody is risque. So if I'm using like a mesh, I'm just gonna get a picture real quick.
Yeah.
So like this design here, this is called Be a Bad Girl. This is one of my best sellers. So it's the black mesh over a yellow spandex, right? So when you look at it from afar, it may seem as if the person is just wearing mesh, but it's not. She's covered underneath, and with this design as well, as I said, I like to put accessories on things. You may never see a swimsuit with a belt. Um, as for like in the 80s, you may see swimsuits with belts, but for me, I use a Rasta belt, a Jamaica belt. So that's stuff that is deeper in our heritage here in Jamaica.
Yeah. And you mentioned, you look for the girls, or you present stuff for some of the girls who like to be risky. So it extends to my other question: who do you design for, and what kind of women do you envision wearing your pieces?
Okay, so my pieces, most of my customers are mature women, and even though they're mature women, they still want to have that connection to their younger self. So when I design stuff for them, you may see either with the mesh as well, but it's still covering their body. So like on this design that you're seeing here, it has the mesh along the bust line there. So that's the type of people that I would design for. Most of mature women is my niche, but the younger girls do still come to me for stuff like this one here, which is Caterini.
Wow. And what does the design process look like from inspiration to final product? Can you walk us through that?
Okay, so I will get my inspiration from, say, fabrics. So if I'm looking at a print. Well, inspiration really for me comes from anything. It all depends on how I'm feeling and what look I'll be going for either the next project or next collection. So if it's a fabric, if it's gold, I might say, okay, I'm gonna do something that goes down into the Greek heritage, but still make it Caribbean chic, right? So I get inspiration from a lot of things, and we're on an island, so either by the palm trees, the beaches, the sun. We have so much inspiration here that I can choose from.
Yeah.
On just our heritage. Yeah.
Definitely. And so your latest collection is called Island in Bloom. Let's talk about that a bit. What inspired it, and even what were some of the challenges you faced while curating it?
Okay, so Island in Bloom is my latest collection, and just to touch back, when I'm designing my collections, I try for each collection to intertwine with the next, right? So it's either by the colors or the fabrics. So with Island in Bloom, the two main colors that I use, or pop-up colors that I use, were yellow and blue. So the inspiration behind those colors was really, if you're thinking of spring, you're gonna think about the sunset, the sun, or the beach. So those colors would really resonate with a person, and these are calm, powerful colors as well, right?
Yeah.
Rest, you want to rest, the blue. So these are the colors that I chose for this collection, and kept ivory. So I kept the ivory, the whites, and the browns from my previous collection. So if you had a piece from a year ago, you will be able to find something in this collection to go with that.
Definitely. And any challenges came about in terms of trying to put the collection together, or even being in the fashion industry itself? What are some of the challenges that you may face when it comes to this?
Okay, so my main, I didn't have any challenges like to put the collection together. I did a beautiful fashion show launch of the pieces. The only challenge I may face, or that other persons may also face as well, is the fact that as small businesses, we are a one-man show. So it's just us sewing, creating, posting, responding to customers.
Yeah.
So I will feel a little nick of the fact that after the show is done, I have to take the orders, plus I have to be the one that is going through the footage from the photographers and then posting. So as of right now, I don't have much pictures posting on my Instagram because I am so locked into fulfilling orders and other things in the business or personal life that doesn't allow me to post as often as I should.
Yeah. And beyond the fashion, what story or feeling do you want Island in Bloom to communicate with its consumers or the customers?
Okay, so Island in Bloom is powerful. Think of it as for the saying that says no man is an island. But if you think of yourself, and if you're in bloom, you're happy, you're at peace, and I think that this is what I want the collection to resonate with people. That when you pick a piece from this collection, you will be in love with it. And I designed some beautiful feminine pieces that you can go on vacation in.
Yeah. And would you say utilizing the online platforms And the social media pages has helped with the business in terms of pushing it out or giving you a wider audience to share it with?
Yes and no at the same time, because the with social media now you have to, which is one of my challenge, because when I think about posting, when I think about the fact that I have to post and the algorithm and everything, it kind of sets me back or get me depressed, that I'm like, you know what, I don't want to post. I don't want to post anything. I'm just gonna do send out in my mailing list of whoever that is already connected to me, and just keep to the my newsletter or my already customers and post. But it is hard with the algorithm, and it may even get harder. So that is also one of the reasons why I've been keeping my personal fashion shows, because I already have a wide clientele. I've been doing this for 10 years. And for each show, each event, I will personally send the invites to my customers for them to RSVP and attend. And I find that that is more powerful, and and just being in the customers being in the space, um, it is more powerful than using like Instagram or TikTok, because they get to see it up close in person. They get to experience more than just seeing the clothes, because they're wined, they're dined, and they listen to live music at each of these events. And it's all an experience that I'm trying to build when I keep my fashion events.
It definitely sounds like one of a kind experience that your customers are getting. And would you say that with your brand itself or the store, is it online based, or is there an in-person store that persons can actually get to see these products and buy it?
Okay, so I have a private showroom in Kingston. So this is by appointments only, but pretty much, yes, online based. I have a website, which is trenzyja.shop, and you can reach me via my Instagram.
Yeah. And for my last question, I'm enjoying the conversation, but we have to start wrapping up. What impact do you hope to make in Caribbean fashion industry, and what advice would you give to young designers watching right now?
Repeat the first part of the question.
Yeah, sure. What impact do you hope to make in Caribbean fashion industry?
Okay. Well, I hope to impact on if it's just the people in general, sustainable fashion, because I try to, if it's not the materials, it's the techniques that I will use to create the piece. So like hand braiding. So I'm trying to keep like the culture, the creative culture alive, or Jamaica's culture alive. So I do the hand braiding techniques. I do macrame. So you can think of my swimwear or my resort wear couture, in a sense, because everything is handmade, hand beaded, stuff like that. So that's my impact that I want to leave on the people. And your next question was?
What advice would you give to young designers looking at this right now?
Okay. I would say to definitely find your niche, because once you have, I know people want to dabble, you may want to dabble into every little thing. I did that too, but I found that swimwear was my niche. I can just look at it and stitch it right now, and boom, I'm done. Versus doing like linen skirt or something. I know that will take me a while to adjust, because I don't do that every day. I make swimsuits every day, so that's pretty easy for me to do. So find a niche, work with that, and then if you want to do wedding dresses like me, that I do too, offer that as a custom service. Everything else is custom, but once you come to my showroom, you will only find swimsuits ready to wear. So that's my advice to young designers.
Thank you so much, Akelia, for joining us this morning and being a part of the conversation, and for sharing your journey and letting us know how it's like to be a part of the Jamaican culture in terms of the fashion industry. Thank you so much again. Guys, we're about to take a short break, and when we come back, we have more engaging conversations, so don't go far.
If these walls could talk, they'd cry uncle. They didn't plan to become offices or yoga studios, but they've stood by us, even when we got a little stir-crazy. For that, they deserve some thanks. They deserve Benjamin Moore.
Knowing how to tell authentic is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Find it, match it, search it. Step 1. Find the style number on the tag. Step 2. Match the style number inside the jersey with the number on the tag. Step 3. Search it. A quick Google search of the style number will verify the jersey is authentic when the search results match the jersey being searched. Don't be fooled by counterfeit jerseys. Before you buy, remember to find it, match it, search it.
FanZone, 2 locations nationwide. Center City Mall, Chaguanas and Movietown, Port of Spain. Nationwide delivery available.
There are limitations in all the healthcare sectors,
Correct.
not just this country,
Yes.
where the numbers will surpass the amount of doctors and nurses to provide that quality care. When we're talking about holding a patient's hand, giving them the support, emotional support that they need, advice, that gap. You are providing that pivotal gap, so that really makes you stand out from all other NGOs as far as my experience goes.
Yes, I actually go into the homes also of the patient.
The home of Caribbean content is growing, and we welcome you to be a part of the #1 platform for young personalities who are driven to make a positive impact in society. As we continue to reach every corner of Trinidad and Tobago through our daily broadcasts, our social media pages, or through our 75+ digital billboards across the nation, contact us to learn about our competitive rates via marketing at wesncc.com or call us at 628-5835. WESN Content Capital, television with a difference.
Welcome back. Sticking with our Thriving Today segment, April is recognized as Autism Awareness Month, a time to build understanding and inclusion. Today, we look beyond the diagnosis to the daily realities of individuals with autism, the challenges they face, the way they adapt, and the resilience they show every day. Executive member of Autism Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Imran Daniel, joins us. Good morning, Mr. Daniel. Good morning, Mr. Daniel.
Oh, hi, morning.
Lovely having you here with us, and we're gonna go right into it. So for viewers who may not fully understand it, how would you describe autism?
Basically, I would say it's a lifelong neurodevelopment condition
basically affects how people would see the world, sensory issues, communication, all those things. And of course, as time goes on, we are able to see those signs from a very young age.
Yeah.
You know, for people to decide what they need to do or where they need to channel their energies after that.
Definitely. And why is it important to have conversations like this, and especially during Autism Awareness Month?
Well, in my opinion, I'm glad we have any discussions now, but obviously, ideally, it should be happening every month, not just in April.
Yeah.
You know, but for now in April, we have more ways of detecting signs of autism now. So we have different therapies, different signs parents could look for at a very young age. So the conversation needs to keep going, because after you realize that somebody may have autism, then there are other steps I need to take after that to make sure that they are able to get the right help they need going on in their life.
Yeah. And what do you think about this year's theme for awareness theme, which is Autism and Humanity, Every Life Has Value?
Oh, I think it's a lovely theme this year, because more and more we see where people with autism are sometimes pushed to the side, placed in the back somewhere, but like everybody else, they need to be treated like a normal human being. This is not just somebody with a condition, but somebody's child, could be somebody's parent, could be somebody's uncle, aunt, whatever it is. You know, like the team this year.
Thank you. And as a parent raising a child with autism, what is that like?
It is one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had, ever. I would say at my point in my life right now, it's probably the highlight of my life. There's something else. It's amazing to see. Well, it's my son, so I mean to see him grow from strength to strength and try his very best, knowing that he has challenges.
Yeah.
And it's so good to see his face when he accomplishes something and people tell him about it. He is so happy. And once, of course, he's happy, we are happy.
Definitely. And we have a clip with him playing. So he's definitely into music and different arts. Yeah.
Yes, and he actually taught himself how to play the piano.
Wow.
Yeah, so he has this ability where he can listen to music, specifically classical music, and then put it on the keyboard. I don't know if he reads the notes in his mind or what, but he knows what to play, what sound he looks for, and he plays Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin. Yeah.
We do have another clip that I'd like for us to see, so take a look at this also.
Yeah, he does. He has that ability. We are very proud of him.
Wow.
Right now, actually, the piece that he's working on now is actually a piece that people actually study for the musical degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to see, and we let him know each time, you know, how amazing it is that he's able to do this.
It is. It really is. Wow, that's just to show you the high grade talent that you're working with there.
Yeah, he's something else. And what we do is that we try to post these videos on social media to make people aware that you don't need to hide your kids. You need to put them to the side, or you need to be proud of them regardless of what. You know, they all have some ability, and we should highlight these abilities and not try to keep them away from the spotlight. And what it does as well is that it brings conversation. People ask about him, people ask about autism, they ask about if we could give them any advice. So that's the main goal about posting this stuff on social media.
Yeah. And what would you say are some of the biggest misconceptions about autism that still exist?
that these children are not able to do anything in life after this. They're not able to work, socialize, have meaningful lives. And that is a total misconception, because if people were to understand the person themselves, each person on the spectrum, there's no two alike.
Yeah.
So once you understand that person, people tend to think that, well, it's a life sentence, that's it, but it's not. Some of these kids or adults I've come across, they are amazing human beings, and they have so much talent and so much that they could give to society. And people just think that, that's how it is. There's a look to autism, all sorts of misconceptions that people have, that we hope one day people will begin to accept are not true.
Yeah. And there is often focus on the limitations, like you were talking about. But can you speak about the strengths and talents individuals with autism may have?
Using my son for example, he has the ability to focus so intently on a job that he's doing. He has that ability that when he gets to something, he's a creature of routine. So he knows that at a certain time something needs to be done. Like I said, he's very focused.
Yeah.
When he tries his schoolwork, he's very focused on it. Actually, he just did the SCA exam, and he was glad to do it.
Oh. Yeah.
And some of these kids I come across, they are very artistic. Even though some of them are nonverbal, they are able to express their feelings in different ways. By the way of art, the way they communicate, however it is. And these are the things that some of these kids and some of these adults have.
Yeah.
Where we think that we are focused, they are 10 times as focused.
Definitely. And how important is it, would you say, for society to shift from awareness to acceptance and inclusion? And how can we be a part of this?
The internet is there for everybody.
Yeah.
Like I tell people, there's a choice not to be informed in this day and age, because the information is laid out bare on the internet. If we look at what these people are, what these kids or adults are able to do, then it should move past the awareness stage. People know now that autism is out there. It's being diagnosed correctly. It's being looked at more specifically. And people should understand now that it is here. This is something in the past where somebody might say a child is slow or keep them up a class or whatever it is. But that's not the case. We know better now than to move from, we're not sure what this is, so maybe you could go and get tested for this, or maybe this child might be on the spectrum.
Yeah. And with your knowledge, with where the education sector is concerned, do you think schools are properly equipped to facilitate autism students? And what improvements do you think these education sectors need to implement?
The education system is a bit of a sore point for me particularly, because I believe that a lot of teachers need to be trained and sensitized to look for the signs.
Yeah.
As I mentioned just before, you have a class of 2, I understand, and one child or 2 children might be moving slower than the others, as they would say, right? And you put them in the back of the class. But this time the child needs probably extra help.
Yeah.
The education system currently does not cater for those things. There are no public schools, actually, government schools, that cater for kids on the spectrum. So you're looking at paying private school fees across the board. And of course, school fees are expensive.
Yeah.
Therapies are expensive. A diagnosis is expensive. So you're looking at parents with kids on the spectrum on the back foot. They have to constantly find funds to try and do these things to get the kids to a better place.
Yeah.
While they have free testing and whatnot in the public system, it takes years because the backlog is out of control.
Yeah. And you mentioned that with the signs, what are some of these signs to spot or to be able to tell if someone may be on the spectrum?
So at a very young age, you can look at some of the kids might not be hitting milestones as they go along.
Yeah.
So in my personal example, my son, if you speak to him, he would not look you straight in the eye. He had no emotion really. He wouldn't laugh. He had the hand flapping. he couldn't communicate because he was nonverbal for probably 4 or 5 years of his life.
Wow.
Right? And he needed help to hold objects, so you could look at those things, you could tell by communicating with your child at a very young age that something might not be the way it is. Right? So you look at the milestones, like I said, and maybe you could tell from an early age that you might need to go see a pediatrician or might need to go and get tested, because some of these signs are basically what they say clear as day.
Yeah. And while you were talking about your child, can you just share some of the small but meaningful victories that he has experienced?
As I mentioned earlier, he did SCA this year.
Yeah.
Which was a huge thing for us, because obviously we're concerned about him going to secondary school, if he could handle the pressure, because as you brought up education, the SCA exam is the same across the board for everyone.
Yep.
Whether you are a slower learner, dyslexic, whatever it is, it's the same exam. So he had to do that exam with his diagnosis, and he said it was great. He never gave up. He tried. He was never frustrated and said he didn't want to do SCA. Besides that, the music, of course, is amazing to see him do it.
Yeah.
He reads at a top level. He's an excellent speller. He's so focused at his schoolwork. When his mom sits with him, because she's the one that normally sits with him to do this, he is so super focused, and he does such a great job.
Wow. You guys must be very proud parents of him, and it's really just amazing to see what you're doing and how you're going about it. What advice would you give to the public, the viewers, parents out there, having to deal with a situation like this? What advice would you share with them?
I would advise parents to maybe find other parents, because we actually have a WhatsApp group where we have parents with kids on the spectrum, and they bounce ideas off each other. Personally, there are parents, there are families that have not come to terms with the diagnosis or what may be happening with the child. I would suggest maybe that you get your child out there, expose them to everything, because life is going on, and they are getting older.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a special plea to the dads out there. I'm very happy to talk about the autism dads in Trinidad, because honestly, they are not enough. Dads that not around for these kids. I would like to see more of them, and the ones that doing a good job now, hats off to you, because it's not an easy job.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, for sharing with us and being a part of this conversation. And like you started saying, conversations like this shouldn't just happen in this month. It should happen all the time. There should be an ongoing conversation so that they are included, because they're just like you and I having, conversation. They're able to do it just as much as I'm able to do it, or you're able to do it. So there shouldn't be any kind of exclusion from it or anything. So thank you so much for shedding light on it and, being able to bring a new perspective for those who may not have seen it from this outlook. Guys, we are about to take another short break. When we come back, we do have one more really great, engaging conversation. You don't want to miss out on this, so stay close.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Knowing how to tell authentic is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Find it, match it, search it. Step 1. Find the style number on the tag. Step 2. Match the style number inside the jersey with the number on the tag. Step 3. Search it. A quick Google search of the style number will verify the jersey is authentic when the search results match the jersey being searched. Don't be fooled by counterfeit jerseys. Before you buy, remember to find it, match it, search it.
Fan Zone, 2 locations nationwide. Center City Mall, Chaguanas and Movietown, Port of Spain. Nationwide delivery available.
Take some time for yourself or spend some time with the family at Sandy Point Village Hotel. Enjoy our various studio and suite apartments, self-contained with their own kitchenettes and Wi-Fi. We also have our famous 100-foot swimming pool and our beachfront restaurant, The Steak and Lobster Grill. And our location in Crown Point puts us near the center of activity from the nylon pool to the local nightlife. Call us and make your reservations at 639-8533, 389-2378 or email us at sandypointvillagehotel@gmail.com.
Are you driven, ambitious, and ready to earn? WESN, the content capital, is expanding, and we're looking for dynamic media sales executives to join our team. Sell powerful advertising solutions across television, digital, and social media platforms, and help brands tell their story. If you have strong communication skills, a passion for sales, and the drive to succeed, join WESN today. Send your CV to marketing@wsncc.com or WhatsApp 6861662 and start building your future.
Pastor J, I want to get a tattoo.
You really
respond
wanna-
to me. Respond to me how you would respond to me.
The first question I'd ask is why?
Controversial taboo topics.
We get so consumed by church, we forget that we have to live the life of being a Christian outside of the Sunday.
Like you say,
services.
we think going to a service makes us a Christian.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So here we are about to hear the second time Pastor J wanted to take a tattoo.
Would have been late last year and early this year.
Oh gosh.
Hope Unfiltered podcast with Pastor J and Ren.
Hi, I am Emiliana Beechan and I am a mental health and conflict resolution consultant. Welcome to Mind Matters, the show where we explore the intricate world of mental health and the art of conflict resolution. Join us as we hear from mental health professionals, conflict resolution experts, and everyday people who have transformed their lives through understanding and communication. Mind Matters, WESN Content Capital. Welcome back. Now, moving forward, we step into our Tech Evolution segment, where AI discussion takes focus. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is opening new doors for persons with visual impairments, making everyday tasks more accessible and independent, more achievable. Executive Director of the Trinidad and Tobago Blind Welfare Association, Kenneth Surat, is here to speak on what inclusion looks like in the digital age. Good morning, Mr. Surat.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. It's a pleasure to be here to share the good news.
Definitely. So we're going to start right away. How is artificial intelligence currently being used to assist persons with visual impairments?
Artificial intelligence is changing the world for persons who are blind and visually impaired. A lot of tasks that we were dependent on persons with sight to assist, now we can use the technology to accomplish these tasks independently.
Yeah. And can you give us some examples of these AI tools or apps that are making a real difference?
There is one app I want to encourage persons who are sighted to download on your phone. It is called Be My Eyes. This app is either one, you could register as someone who is blind who need assistance, or B, if you are sighted, you could download it and register as a volunteer. So Be My Eyes has an artificial intelligence system built into it. Example, if someone sends me a photo, I could import that photo into my app and it will give me a detailed description of the picture. I can do videos, but if I need further assistance from a human, I can tap on that app, and there are millions of volunteers all over the world. I also can use Be My Eyes to create a private network with persons who I trust. Because I may want to read off my credit card number and I don't want to share that with anybody. So I have a family group. Once I tap that, either my nieces will come on board, or my wife, or my brother, sister, sister-in-law, they will jump on and come and assist. So it will be a trusted network.
And how would you say AI has improved the independence part of it for visually impaired individuals?
A lot of persons, they use like Gemini. There's so many apps, like you have Gemini and you're going to the grocery, we have blind couples who will go into the grocery and always have to get assistance. While you're walking in the lane, Gemini is reading off things for you. You could zero in stuff. You might be in a restaurant and you have the menu. Instead of reading the entire menu, tell the AI, pull up the menu on Chinese or interested in fish. And it will filter it out, sift it out, like if you have a sighted person right next to you.
That is wonderful. And are these tools widely accessible and affordable, particularly in Trinidad and Tobago?
Okay, in order for these tools to work, you need hardware, you need software, and you need connectivity. So connectivity is kind of expensive for persons who are blind. Most persons live off a disability grant. The hardware, good quality phone, you need a good phone with good speed to work. So you need that good phone. Some of the apps are free and some you have to pay. And the world is moving away from one-off payment. They have subscription now. So I will subscribe to ChatGPT because I may want to analyze a document. So I will import it, 2 or 3 documents into ChatGPT and ask it, interact with it like if I'm speaking to you. And you know, I could generate reports, I could analyze, I could interrogate the document.
Definitely. And what are some of the barriers that still exist when it comes to accessing technology?
One of the big things is training, because once you get the hardware, and I'm encouraging people, you know, you can assist someone who is blind to get a device as a gift, because it's a tool, it's not really a luxury, it is a tool. So if you have the device, if we get companies like the internet providers to give us a discounted rate, we will be happy for that. And the Blind Welfare Association provides training in information technology for persons who are blind at no cost. We do that at our branches in Tobago, Santa Cruz, Port of Spain, San Fernando, and at all knowledge libraries. Once you have a person who is blind, instead of you have to leave far to come to Port of Spain or San Fernando, we are bringing the service to you. We have classes in Rima, we have classes in Maloney, Nales in Port of Spain, and wherever you are, we will send a tutor for you. We have once a week in Tobago at the Tobago Library, providing services for persons who are blind.
Wow. And while AI is helpful, what are some of its limitations that you may face?
One of the main we tell people about AI could hallucinate. So one, you must learn your prompt because it could mislead you. Or B, do not reduce yourself to be so dependent on AI that you give up your natural skill. You know, like someone who is blind using a cane, ensure you develop your hearing, develop your touch, your smell, your situational awareness. Do not give up that for any technology. Technology could fail. Your natural instinct, it is always there for you. I'll give you an example. When I'm traveling alone, you know, flying away country, going to a conference, I use Braille because I know my phone battery could die. So yeah, I'll have take out my good old Perkins Braille, and I will write down my flight number, what gate, who picking me up, phone numbers, addresses where I'm going. So in case the technology fail, I have good old Braille on my side. So we still encourage persons who are blind, is sure that you learn Braille. Low tech is always important. We also have other low-tech devices like magnifiers and so on. So we want to encourage people, while AI is so good, do not give up your natural instinct, situation analysis, be safe, protect yourself.
And you mentioned Braille. So how can you describe Braille to someone who's never heard of it before and not sure how it actually works?
Right. So Braille is not a language, it is a system. So every letter that you have in print, I have Braille, a dot to symbolize that letter. For instance, well, Braille is 6 dots. So if you have the letter A, that is dot 1. So the dots are numbered. So 1, 2, 3 coming down on your left, 4, 5, 6 on your right. So if A, that is dot 1. B, dot 1 and 2. And we could teach you grade 1 Braille within half an hour, 45 minutes. And we are encouraging people who are sighted, learn Braille so you could hold back Alzheimer's and so on from coming in. Teach the brain new things, keep the brain active. Don't sit in your comfort zone. Go and learn something new, go and learn something interesting. You know, keep learning, don't stop.
Definitely. And how would you say using AI in the classroom has improved in terms of the students using it?
Just recently, I'm in a conversation with the Ministry of Education. They want to create AI tool, offline tool, because they don't want children to use AI tool that could go online and you have a security breach. So they're building these AI tools into the devices they're giving out to students. So if a child is doing English, you could talk to your computer, interact with your computer like if it's a teacher in the classroom. And we are working with the Ministry of Education to ensure that AI tool is accessible for persons who are blind, so they could have the full experience. Textbook is coming in an accessible format. So the real big thing is you as someone interacting with this software at the same speed, at the same time with your friends who are not disabled or not blind.
Definitely. And what would you say are some of the misconceptions people have about individuals who are visually impaired?
I think the big issue is low expectation. I'll give you an example. There are sometimes students will come to blind welfare and observe me. My desk, I have my computer, my laptop on one side, my desktop, my Braille display, my phone. My desk is have only devices, all kind of devices. And they are so amazed. I say, you know why you are, say if I could see, would you still be amazed? They say no. I say, no, why you are amazed? You have low expectation of me. You didn't expect me to have all this technology operating in my office independently. When I'm coming up with my driver to work and so on, I'm sending work for my assistants using my phone. Right now, the technology, I could text quickly on my phone by using Braille input. So I will rest my phone on my lap or on my desk here, and I will be typing like if I'm a Brailler. And that converted my hand gestures into real text and send it out efficiently, quickly.
Wow. And do you believe that AI can improve job opportunities and workplace inclusion for visually impaired persons?
I am saying yes, but we want people out there to have confidence in persons who are blind. And we are encouraging the world, why can't we build an inclusive workplace where you have people who are blind, different religion, different races, working together? You have a richer company, richer culture, and it'll be, because more than just making money, it's building friendship, because you sometimes spend most of your time with your work colleagues. So it's more than work, it's a family.
And you mentioned in your example about, the students coming and seeing your desk setup. What is one of the most impactful moments that you would have had so far?
With people looking at my impacted, if you trying to understand the question.
Yes, so just how you would go about life and persons. You mentioned that most of the times if someone see anyone visually impaired doing something or excelling, it's because of the low expectations. So what is one of your most moments that you've impacted persons or shifted that scope of how they see things?
I think the main thing is awareness. People must, stop looking at the person who is by limitation and ask myself, am I truly judging this person? If God created all of us in his image and likeness, and we should enjoy difference. A lot of people only want perfect. They want a perfect cup and a perfect, but the Japanese have a system, sometimes you get a wooden cup and it's not perfect. It's art. And we must see art in imperfection. So some people, everybody wants this perfect thing.
Yes.
You don't want music perfect. Oh, it's a little mistake. So we are asking people, change your expectation, change how you see the world, and the world will change, and give persons who are blind that fair opportunity. Because AI helps me, like if I'm traveling, you know, I put on my Google map or it has so many I could use from.
Yeah.
And while you're driving, it's calling out the streets, what building you pass, restaurants and so on. So you start to enjoy your scenery differently. I am blind, I'm totally blind, I don't have light perception, but I am experiencing the world different to someone who's sighted. But that doesn't make yours less or mine greater. We just experience in God's creation differently.
Yeah, absolutely. And how can family members best support their loved ones who is visually impaired?
Just be there for them, share the love, and come to the Blind Welfare Association. We are going to give you the tools, we are going to give you the support, we are going to give you the inspiration to change lives, to let people live independently, live happy, and enjoy God's creation.
Yeah, definitely. What message would you like to share with persons who may not be aware of how transformative these tools can be?
Just like you have AI, you use AI to educate yourself.
Yeah.
Find out what persons are blind using, what are the tools available, what are the software, and if you're into IT and so on, why don't you come to the Blind Welfare and help us to create software, create app, open source software is over there, how can we improve it?
Yeah.
You know, so that once you come in there, we can start creating some free app for persons who are blind, so you don't put that on additional cost on them, and we can have a group of volunteers working together to create app to make persons who are blind live more independently.
Definitely. And where, or would you say that there is enough spaces or conversations being talked on, shared on how to apply these tools and where can it be formed, and how even sighted persons can be involved in the process?
One of the best ways to start, we believe in inclusion. If persons who are blind goes to regular schools, quote unquote regular schools, that awareness changes. So now you have the schools, you have the workplace with blind people working, you have blind people traveling on public transport safely. So wherever you turn, you have that visually impaired person in your presence. Just like in the Senate. When we have Senator Alicia Lalit is in the Senate, no matter what, once you walk in there with your cane, she's visible. She's there. She is in their face, and they cannot ignore it. So similarly, we want persons who are blind all over the place, contributing, making Trinidad a truly inclusive place.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to include in this conversation?
Yes, I want persons, if you know someone who is blind, come to the Blind Welfare Association. You can WhatsApp us at 395-3086. Send a text message, a voice note, somebody will reach out to you. If you want to email the Blind Welfare Association, it's ttbwa1914@gmail.com. Don't feel it's the end of the world. Come to the Blind Welfare Association. Change your life, because in addition to AI and so on, we have persons who are blind at gardening, so we have a lot of grow box thing taking place. People doing all the fancy seasoning and sharing with the neighbors and so on, and they're doing very good crops. Yeah. So, you know, come to the Blind Welfare Association and stop worrying about what you can't do. Start focusing on what you could do.
Could do. Thank you. And before we go, you mentioned about the crops and, you know, farming. What are some other areas that visually impaired persons go into and even thrive in?
The sky is the limit. We are the Blind Welfare Association. Whatever you want to do, we can assist you to do it. So we might be music, we into technology, braille. We encourage people to do games. We have nice adaptive games, like for instance, dominoes. We love dominoes, cards, Scrabble, Monopoly, family games that you can learn and share with your family. Yeah. So come to the Blind Welfare Association and we will give you that holistic training.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. And Trinidad and Tobago, I mean, let's make Trinidad and Tobago truly inclusive.
Thank you again for that. I honestly believe conversations like this are so important because it lets the public know that, hey, we're here just like you, we're getting things done just like you. It's all about the inclusion and being a part of it all together. So once we can get a hold of that separation that we like to always implement or put in place, I think things can actually turn around for the best. Guys, and that is all for today's show. As we wrap it up, you know, I hope these conversations really changed or shifted the mindset that you would have had before, and it really just opened up a new avenue in a way for you to see it. And like I always say, stay informed, stay positive, stay safe. Up next, we do have Sean Michael Smalls at 8 with Talking Points. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Bye.
WESN.
If these walls could talk, they'd cry uncle. They didn't plan to become offices or yoga studios. But they've stood by us, even when we got a little stir-crazy. For that, they deserve some thanks. They deserve Benjamin Moore.
Are you driven, ambitious, and ready to earn?